Hey, everybody. Welcome to the replay of the El Paso Giving Day live stream orientation session here on Friday the 13th. I'm here with Andrea from the El Paso Giving Day team. Hi, Andrea. And in just a moment, I'm going to hit the coolest button in all of technology, which is the admit all button. We're going to let in all of the nonprofits. But I look forward to seeing you on Thursday the 19th in El Paso. Let's get things going. Isn't that fun, Andrea, when you hit that button and you see everybody you know pop into a room at the same time?
It's amazing. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday.
Hello.
Look at all
Happy
Friday.
I got to see yesterday. Hi, everyone again.
Hello.
Hello.
And here comes Mika. That's great. Here she is. All right, everybody.
Hello.
I'm just hitting the admit button here in Zoom and letting everybody in. We'll get going here very shortly. I promise this meeting will definitely not go over our 30 minutes here and possibly less. I got a lot of squares to look at here, Mika, but I see you now. There you are. So hello, everybody. My name is Chris Strub. Before I get going, I'm going to let Mika and Andrea say hello and introduce themselves. Hopefully you guys obviously know them by now. And then I'll get into some of our live stream plan for Thursday.
Hi, all. I guess I'll get started. You all hopefully know me by now. I'm Andrea Macias, the Development Coordinator for the Paso del Norte Community Foundation. I, of course, lead with our amazing team, El Paso Giving Day, year after year. We're celebrating our 8th year this year with a really exciting Knock It Out of the Park theme. So we're really excited to have everyone's engagement as we prepare for our live stream. I'll go ahead and turn it over to Mika to also say a few words.
Happy Friday, everyone. I'm Mika Short. I'm Vice President of Development here at Paso del Norte Community Foundation. We're super excited about Giving Day. We're off to a great start with early giving. We had Gator Tank event yesterday and our early giving kickoff. So I think we're in the thick of things. Andrea and I can feel the energy. We're getting lots of calls. There's been traffic coming in with some checks and, excitement about Giving Day. And we've seen lots of activity through everyone's social media channels. So we're very excited to be partnering with Chris this year, and we look forward to a really robust live stream on Giving Day. And then, of course, that will conclude with our Giving Day after party at the West Star. So we have changed things up a little bit this year, hoping that it will result in the best turnout of gifts and a big tally at the end of the day for all of us and our nonprofits in the community. So thank you all for making time, for being here, for signing up for the live streams, and for maximizing all of the tools that we've provided you as part of El Paso Giving Day.
Thank you, guys. And Mika, I saw your note earlier this week too. We've got some great sponsors lined up for El Paso Giving Day 2023 as well this year. So we can't wait to introduce everybody to them next week as part of the live stream stuff as well. By the way, if I look like I'm kind of squirrel at the moment, I still have to hit the admit button for everyone that's joining. But my name is Chris Strub. I am the Giving Day guy. I'm sure I met some of you guys over the summer. I see some familiar faces at our kickoff event. So it's great to see you guys again. If I haven't met you yet, I look forward to doing so next Thursday at Southwestern University Park, right in beautiful downtown El Paso. I work as the Giving Day guy all year round with Giving Days all around the country, just like El Paso Giving Day, to help them really maximize their results at their respective events. Just last month, I was in Louisville, Kentucky for their 10th annual Giving Day, and we came up like $20,000 short of $10 million, which was the most bittersweet, wonderful celebration we've ever had. But that continued growth and excitement of these giving days over the years is really what we're looking forward to next week with El Paso Giving Day. And it's because of the hard work and the presence of all of you and your stories that we're going to be able to make all of this possible. So by kind of a collective nod of the heads, hopefully you guys have gotten an email from me with your scheduled time for next Thursday. I see a lot of head nodding. Carol's nodding. Marissa, that's good. Okay, I see Joanna's nodding. That's great. So thank you. Those times at the end of today, I'm going to consider final. So if you absolutely must change your time slot, there are a lot of great people in this room right now. If you need to change your time, and I really tried to book those times based on your stated availability, you can jump in the Zoom chat here and say, hey, anybody want to switch with us, and see if you can make that happen here in the next 20 minutes. We will ask next Thursday that you come on down to Southwest University Park about 15, maybe 10 minutes before your scheduled start time. So if you're in, for example, the 9 a.m. hour, we'd like you to be at Southwest University, excuse me, been a long week, Park, around 8:45 a.m. You're going to come on inside. We will have signage set up to point you in the right direction. And Andrea, I don't know if you have anything to add here about the day of logistics. I know we have parking right outside the park. Anything you want to add on this point?
Yes, parking will be across the clock tower that is on, I forget the road, Sabbath Day, I could be wrong, but I could send out those details.
It's Durango.
Durango, thank you, Lupe. The clock tower is where you'll be entering, similarly to how you all entered for the registration event in July. And the parking lot across is available, and we'll have someone ushering guests in and out of the suite. So just be on the lookout for someone with a Giving Day shirt, and we'll be sure you make it to the suite on time and in the right place.
Perfect. As you can see around you, if you look around, we've got going to have a lot of guests coming in throughout the day. So having this seamless, coordinated communication will be really helpful. So make sure you know when you need to be there. Please make sure you give yourself enough time to get there. It will be a really fun atmosphere. I know we'll have some snacks and waters and stuff lined up as well. So if you come in early, you're probably just likely going to run into some friends here from El Paso Giving Day. Again, we can't have everyone come in together, but if you do come in 20 minutes early or whatever, that's perfectly fine with us. The order that you see listed on the schedule is not necessarily final. I'll use that on Thursday as kind of a general guideline for when you're going to be going on, but it's not like, oh, we're listed 5th on the schedule, so we have to go on 5th. We really do try and be as considerate as possible for some of you guys who may bring in like a child as a guest, something like that, or if you have extenuating circumstances, we'll try and get you out as quickly as possible if you need to get where you need to go. So we are going to be aware in the room of kind of that flow, but you will be in that hour-long session there. Again, we can do some basic back of the envelope arithmetic here. We have about 6 guests or 6 nonprofits lined up per hour, 6 to 7. So that'll give you about 6 to 7 minutes max with us on the stage. So we will have 2 microphones maximum for you. So if you want to come in with a colleague or bring in a volunteer or someone who benefited from your services, great. We will be prepared to have 2 chairs set up for you guys where you can have 2 people that will be mic'd. If it works out mathematically that you have a 3rd person or something like that, just know that they might be kind of standing there waving and smiling, or you might have to hand them a microphone if you want to hear from them. Just because of the way my system works, we just don't have more than that number of microphones. And it also just makes sense from a visuals perspective as well. All these live streams will be posted to the El Paso Giving Day Facebook page. They will be scheduled in advance, although I have not scheduled them yet. I will probably work on that over the weekend or possibly on Monday on the plane while I'm on my way out there to come see you guys. I'm in Greenville, South Carolina, by the way. So I'll see you guys on Monday. What else? I am going to make sure to stop talking here in a minute and leave plenty of time for all of your questions, because I bet that you do have some. One big question that we get is, are you going to play the video that we sent in? The answer is almost certainly yes. I do need to watch those videos to make sure that they do not include any copyrighted material or anything like that. So if they do have copyrighted music, I just won't be able to play it. Sorry. So if you can, send me something else as quickly as possible. Some of you guys did not attach a video on the form submission, but you have emailed me separately. And I promise to those few of you guys who did that, I did receive your emails. I've just had a busy week here, so haven't had a chance to respond to them, but I do have those files ready to go. And I will definitely respond to your email to say I got it. So if by, let's call it Monday night, you didn't get a response from me, you sent me a file separately, and I didn't reply back saying, thank you, got it, smiley face, and then sign it with S like I usually do, that means you should follow up with me. But you will get that email from me if you have emailed me already. Please don't feel like you have to send your video file again, especially if you attached it to the form initially. In terms of props and visuals, remember that this live stream is going to be a visual medium. So of course, we'll make sure we grab some of those El Paso Giving Day fun signs and things that you're used to seeing from the team. But if you have any specific props, if there's any products or anything that you guys make, or sometimes people have artwork or stuff like that, if you feel like bringing something on that you'd like to show off, some groups have backpacks and stuff like that. That's totally cool. That really adds to the experience. So we would love for you to bring in whatever you want to kind of show off within reason. I do think we need to say no live animals. Am I right in saying that, Andrea? Or Mika?
I will get you all an answer. That is one question I forgot to ask. So I'll let you all know very, very soon.
Yeah, I don't know if the Chihuahuas allow animals, so we just gotta verify. They have been very generous in providing us the space for our live streaming, so.
They have been wonderful. So if the Chihuahuas team is watching, thank you guys. You guys are amazing. That stadium, I'm a big minor league baseball fan. I've told Mika, like, that is one of the best stadiums in America. Like, it is just awesome how cool that stadium is. I can't wait to be producing in there next week. I do see a couple of questions in the chat about the video. Is it too late to submit a video? Let's say this, if you can get it to me by close of business today, I can still get it on. But just because of the volume of guests that we're going to have next week, it does become a little crazy to try and manage getting those things in last minute. So please, if you have a video that you can send in by the end of the day today, I'll put my email here in the chat. It's chrisstrub@gmail.com. So that's me. And you can get that to me by close of business today. That'd be awesome. In terms of communications with me, the best way to get me if something comes up next week during the week is email. And then if anything comes up on the giving day itself, for example, you're going to be late or something like that, the best way to get me, and I'm going to be the person you want to tell about this stuff, is to send me a text. And I'll make sure that everybody has my cell phone number as well. That is my cell phone number. Please do not try and call me on Thursday. Again, we're going to be managing about 50 guests throughout the day. I won't be able to answer the phone. But if you send me a text, and pro tip, by the way, send me a text, and in that text, make sure you tell me who you are, because chances are I probably don't have you saved in my phone. So if you send me a text, make sure you tell me who you are, and we'll go from there. Did my video just freeze? Hold on. No, there we go. Andrea, what am I forgetting? We are about 15 minutes in, so I do want to make sure that we leave plenty of time for questions. If you have any other questions, you can put them in the chat, or you can feel free to unmute yourself and just jump in, say hello, and you can ask us.
I think You covered it all, Chris. You're the expert, but I just want to say thank you to you, Chris, for facilitating this. Thank you to everyone for your engagement. Please make sure that you're there. Please make sure that you are on time. I will also be Chris's backup, so I'll share my phone number with everyone as well in the chat in just a moment. I'll also be sending the link for our after party information for those of you that would like to attend. But I'll pause and hand it over to Chris to start answering any other questions.
Yeah, we're getting some good questions in here. Hey, Mika, you want to jump on here for a second? Super cool about the after party. When and where at?
Yeah, I already responded.
Oh, perfect. I know I'll be there. I'm
Thank
looking forward to it.
But yeah, so it's on Giving Day at the West Star Club. So, you know, Chihuahua's ballpark is our
Okay.
home base for Giving Day. And then that'll be there from 5:30 to 7:30.
Perfect. The second person that was to come with me will not be attending. Can her name be removed? So a couple of questions like that about we need to change the person who's coming in, or we want to add someone. That's fine. Just do me a quick favor and send me a very, quick email just saying, and a couple of you guys have done that already, so I appreciate you for doing that. Just send me a quick email, and you can even do that next week if necessary, if things change. And we'll make sure that you have that, but that's not that big a deal. If you need to either bring in a second person or your representative changes, we can definitely deal with that. Angelica asks, is there a standard set of questions you'll ask? That's a great question.
Okay.
There is a thematic.
What time do you close today? Okay.
I'm sorry.
We'll
I think-
see if it's today or tomorrow, but think about it if you know.
Sorry, I think I just had someone unmuted there. And you're welcome to unmute. Just let me know if you're trying to get my attention. The questions are basically going to be pretty simple and straightforward. And here's sort of the thematics that we'll be following, right? Tell us about your organization and your mission. To follow up on that, I love being able to frame that sort of answer through the context of an individual who's benefited from your organization and from the work that you do. So if you can tell us a story about the people whose lives you impact, that's always very powerful to hear. Of course, El Paso Giving Day is certainly very much about donations and volunteerism. So we want to know kind of why people should donate to you on El Paso Giving Day, and also specifically where those donations are going to go when people do go make a donation. Be prepared to talk about whether or not you have a goal set for the day, and ideally how you're doing in relation to that goal. We may also ask you about any prizes specifically that you're choosing to pursue. And hopefully you guys all caught our training session about a month ago. Feels like it was 10 years ago, about the prize structure and everything. If you didn't catch that, you can always go back and rewatch those training sessions before next Thursday as well. And then I will definitely be encouraging our hosts to ask broader questions, both about your participation in El Paso Giving Day, and maybe even about the El Paso community as a whole. Remember, we're creating content that's going to be seen by people all around El Paso and theoretically outside of El Paso as well. So we love to think about El Paso Giving Day as really a way that we're showing face for who we are as a community. And we'd love to be able to hear some of that in your words, probably as we get into wrapping up our interview session with you on Thursday. So hopefully those questions help. Of course, if you do bring props, you want to make sure you're prepared to talk specifically about what those props might be. And you'd be surprised how quickly 6 to 7 minutes can fly by with that set of questions. I think I probably just talked for 6 minutes just saying that. So we'll ask you to be expansive and feel free to, fill the time with your answers as we're going along. But think of it as almost a television interview, but 3 to 4 times longer than your average television interview. Like a television interview without having to get rudely cut off, if that makes sense. Like the television interview you wish you could give because you'd love to have 7 minutes on TV. Oh, there's Mika's answer about the after party. Now I see it there. There's Andrea's cell number. Someone sent me a direct message about my phone number and my email address. Those are in the chat, but I will be happy to put them in there again. It's chrisstrub@gmail.com. Will we be introduced or will we just start talking when given a signal? Never mind, you just answered my question. Okay, we'll scrap that one. How long can video be? Great question. Remember, this optional video that you do not need to send in a video if you don't want to or if you don't have one. So don't feel obligated to. But it does add a lot to the conversation if we're able to actually see in action some of the work that you do. You'll notice it makes a big difference through these conversations when we can show off, maybe some of the kids that you work with, or the place where you work, or some of your work in action. So we want to use that video contextually. To me, the best length for a video is going to be 30 to 45 seconds. And I probably won't play anything longer than 60 seconds, just because we're really there to have this conversation with you. We're not there just to play your video. So let's say if you have a 30 to 45, beautiful. If it goes up to 60, that's fine. But if you send me something longer than 60, what I will probably end up doing is just playing 60 seconds of it, if that makes sense. And if your video the only video that you can send me is 3 minutes long, send me a video that's 3 minutes long and let me kind of figure out kind of what portion to play. I'd rather have something than nothing, but again, it's up to you. Azucena, sorry if I butchered that, says all the slots will be in person or the hybrid option is still available. So this year we are asking, if possible, that all of our guests just come down and join us in person at Southwest University Park. We think that there's going to be a really great energy and sense of optimism and everything there at the park. It's also going to make things a little bit easier on our team, who is getting sort of the Giving Day guy experience here, Mika, for the first time. So maybe in future years we'll spice things up and try and add in some more bells and whistles. But for this year, we really are going to focus on the in-person experience there at Southwest University Park. If that's a big issue for you, please send me an email and I'll see if there's another way that we can accommodate, because we do want to also make sure that we're being as accommodating as possible. Alicia Swan asks, oh, sorry, no, I don't want to miss any here. Our video would play, Valerie asks, our video would play right before the interview, right? How would it be introduced? This is sort of an artistic choice that we'll make kind of as we go along. I have some fun with this sometimes. Usually what we'll do is introduce the guest, say hello, ask you a little bit, ask you a question maybe, and then I'll play the video. But sometimes we could do it a different way. There's some real creative flexibility here. And if you feel strongly that you want to play the video first and have that kind of introduce you, then we'll just do that. Again, this is really kind of, we have fun with it. It's just kind of here's the structure, but you can kind of play with the structure a little bit. So if we're there in the room and you say, Valerie, you want to come over to me and just say, hey, can you play our video first? That's fine. We can do that if you like, but we don't have to do it that way. Alicia asked a great question. Can we submit a silent video and we can answer questions as it plays? Yes, I love that. We call that B-roll instead of A-roll. And so if your video, again, maybe isn't super professionally produced, maybe you just got some, footage, and I don't know what group you're with, but maybe your video isn't super powerful, but you just want to see the visuals. Just make sure to send me a quick note that this will be B-roll, or if your video doesn't have sound, I'll notice that and I'll just make a note that it's B-roll. And yes, we can definitely talk over it. And that really is a fun way to do it as well, as we talk about our creative options here. Could we have slides of pictures instead of a video, or is this only designed for video? The answer is yes, but just because we're managing 50 different groups here, it's just easiest for me if you can send me a video file. If you want to turn those slides into a video, like just put them into iMovie or something and then have them, show for 5 seconds each, you can make it into a video. The software that I have does allow me to show photos, but when we get into the idea of everybody sending in photos, when you multiply that times 50, it just really becomes a lot from a production perspective. So, I'm really just asking if you could send me one video. If you really can't figure it out, just send me whatever you got. As Mika and Andrea know, I'm a people pleaser, and I will do everything I can to be as accommodating as possible for this production for us. If the video was added in the link during sign up, is that still valid for the event? Yes. Yes. Please don't think you have to resend me your video if you attached it to the form. The form is the best way to do it. Lots of questions about the videos. How do we upload the video so you get it? Just send it to me via email. Attach it to an email and send it to me. Holly says, thank you. We just have a couple minutes left here. Again, I promised you I wouldn't go past, I was going to say 3:30, but I got to think in El Paso time. But I wouldn't go past 1:30. So if anybody has any last minute questions, please feel free to unmute yourself and say hi. And Alicia's a little late, but she made it. Any last minute things here before we wrap things up and let all of you wonderful people get back to work, including our PDNCF team. Okay, on that note, I hope that means I answered all your questions, or we answered all your questions. The most important thing that I want to make sure that we emphasize is thank you. Somebody's here. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna find it. There we go. Thank you. We fully recognize how valuable your time is, both today and especially next Thursday on El Paso Giving Day. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of different things you could be doing, and you guys choosing to come down to the ballpark for this opportunity with us means a lot. I've done tons of these calls and a lot of these types of productions, and I have never seen such a strong, positive, overwhelmingly great reaction from a group as I have here in El Paso. And I've told Mika and Andrea this too. I was not expecting to see this volume of wonderful faces and organizations, and you guys are already showing me and showing the world how much this day means to each and every one of you. And that's what El Paso Giving Day is all about. We put together this production to showcase each and every one of you and the work that you do. And I can't say thank you enough. I'll probably jump on a mic a little bit next week and say that occasionally throughout the day, but I'm sure you'll hear Andrea and Mika and probably Kelly saying that as well. We do this for you. And I get emotional. I guarantee you'll see me cry at least once next week too. So there's your challenge, the Make Chris Cry challenge, as I'm behind the production side on Thursday. If there's nothing else, I'm going to wrap up this recording here. And unless Mika or Andrea have anything else to add, we will see you next Thursday. Best of luck with early giving as this weekend goes on. We're proud of you and loving seeing you guys already chase down those goals and those prizes. And I cannot wait. This is going to be such an awesome day next Thursday. Best of luck.
Thanks for everything, Chris. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Keep that energy going through the weekend, guys. Have a good one. I will see you next week. All right?
Bye,
Cheers,
everyone.
guys. Thank you so much. Where is that button? Stop recording.